What would you say if I told you that I could help you lose weight without tracking calories? Well, in today's video, we're gonna be doing just that. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tyler, and I help people find a sustainable and enjoyable way to reach all of their health and fitness goals. Today's video, I wanna help you lose weight without tracking calories and macros. You see, when I first started my own health and fitness journey, I wanted to find a sustainable and enjoyable way to reach all of my health and fitness goals, to get the looks I wanted, to feel better about myself, to get in the best shape of my life without obsessing over food. I followed all of the experts saying you should track calories, you should track macros, this is what you should do, that is what you should do. And over the course of time, about 3.5, 4 years into the journey, I found myself in the exact opposite space that I wanted to be in, and that was obsessing over food. I had to track every fucking calorie, every fucking ounce of food, every fucking macro, and I was annoyed by it, and it was controlling my life. I never wanted that. So at the end of last year, end of 2020, I decided to stop tracking my calories and just see what I could do on my own. I wanted to get a little bit leaner, and I did just that. At the end of 2021, I stopped tracking my calories, and I got down to about 152-ish and pretty fucking lean. So at the beginning of this year, I decided that I was gonna keep the same thing going and just continue to intuitively eat, meaning just listen to my body and go based off how it feels to put size on as well. Now, full transparency, I got a bit fluffy. So at the beginning of October, I decided to do a mini cut to get back down to something I was a little bit more satisfied with. And I'll be putting the pictures up on the screen so you can see everything I'm talking about. And I went from about 170 to 163, just following the pillars of this weight loss guide I'm going to be giving out to you guys. If you go to the link down below, you can put your email address in and get your free copy today. So without any further ado, let's get into it. And I want to take you guys through my pillars for weight loss without tracking calories. So the first one we're gonna have is intermittent fasting. Now, this one is completely optional. If you follow the rest of the pillars, I'm very confident that you will still achieve the weight loss you're looking for. I just personally believe that intermittent fasting is a fantastic tool and is backed by a lot of science proving the health properties that it has. If you guys would like a more in-depth detail on intermittent fasting and my thoughts on it, please leave a comment down below. The next one is eat your fucking vegetables, damn it. Let's just think about this for a second. If the name of the game is getting rid of hunger, then vegetables are our ticket to play. If you're hungry, you can eat so many vegetables that you enjoy without worrying about tacking on the calories and the macros and all the things that people concern themselves with. Seriously. And it's a shitload of vegetables. Realistically speaking, the calorie density isn't there. So it's less of a concern about overeating. You're not gonna overeat vegetables. You will feel satisfied because of the nutrient density and all of the fiber that they come with. Next pillar is drink your motherfucking water. Please, for the love of me. I would have said God, but I am God. Seriously though, when getting ready for this video and when preparing my weight loss pillars, I did a little bit of research, and it turns out 75% of the US population is dehydrated. No wonder we're having so many problems these days. Water is everything. I mean, seriously, you're like 50 to 60% water. That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot of people confuse dehydration with hunger. It's so easy to do this, especially when you're not used to the differences. So I came up with a rule, and this is the next pillar. Every time you feel hungry, I want you to drink a big ass glass of water. Have to be this big, like 10 ounces. And then wait 10 minutes and see what happens. If your hunger subsides, then we know it was dehydration, and there we go. The next one is, please don't avoid carbs. There are some that you should avoid, but carbs are not bad. We need them. We need them. And there's somebody I would like to quote here, and if you don't mind, please say this out loud with me. Carbs are not bad. Carbohydrates are fuel for my body. I said that. Man, am I a poet. But seriously, guys, carbs are energy. They give us energy to work out, to do everyday tasks. Our brain needs sugar to thrive in this world. Sure, we can live without it, but at the same time, why not use every tool at our disposal? If you wanna have a good workout, you're gonna need some good carbs. Now, there is a very distinct difference between simple sugars, or what I think people are really referring to when they say carbs, and complex carbohydrates. When I say complex carbohydrates, I'm talking about your brown rice, your sweet potatoes, your quinoa, all of the foods that come packed with nutrients and fiber. They have a way different reaction on the body than simple sugars, which is why they're not bad. So please don't avoid them. So the next pillar is avoid processed sugars. Avoid table sugar, white bread, processed pasta. So we wanna have at least half a fist-sized serving of carbs at every single meal. It doesn't have to be much because I understand some people are a little weary of carbs, and I understand that, but you're gonna need them for your body, especially if you're training hard. So next up, we're gonna talk about protein. Protein, I swear to God, is just a buzzword for marketers these days, but there is some validity behind it. For one, protein has the highest thermic effect of all three macros: carbs, proteins, and fat. It has the highest thermic effect. And what this really means is that protein is harder for our body to digest and break down in comparison to fats and carbs. So what this really means is you're going to burn more calories or energy to break down protein than you are carbs or fat. So you want to prioritize protein. So you want to figure out how much protein you need. Anywhere from 0.8 to 1 grams per pound of body weight is a good starting point. Now, if you have a substantial amount of weight to lose, then pick your goal weight and just go from there. So for example, if you're at 275 and you want to get down to 150 over the next couple of years, then just use 150 grams of protein right there. You don't need 275 grams of protein. People have blown this out of proportion. So just choose your goal weight and use that to figure out how much protein you need, and make sure you have a good chunk of protein in every meal. I would say anywhere from 20 to 30 grams at every single meal. Next up, we have another word, and that is fat, but it is just that. It is a word, my friends. It doesn't mean anything other than it's something that our body needs. Fat is essential for everyday life. It's good for body insulation, hormone production, and so many other things. We need it for fat-soluble vitamins, just like the water-soluble vitamins. So we need this in our body. So don't be afraid of it. Fat does not immediately convert into fat, and it's very, very vital for everyday function. One of the fats that I really want to emphasize, and I think everybody should take the time to do a little bit of research and figure out how they can get it in their diet, is omega-3 fatty acids. I was doing research for this and I found a couple of studies that reference the fact that it actually increased people's metabolism when they started supplementing with omega-3 fatty acids. Now, I believe the studies were talking about fish oil. Me personally, I don't use fish oil, but you could also eat fatty fishes, or if you're like me, you don't consume fish at all, you could always supplement with an algae oil supplement, but please do your own research. Don't just take my word for this. If you'd like my help finding out where to go to get more research on this, please drop a comment down below and let me know. So this pillar is don't fear fat and get your omega-3 fatty acids in, people. The next pillar we want to talk about is how the fuck are we going to curb this hunger? Because let's be real, hunger's a real thing. We're going to feel hungry. It's normal. It doesn't mean anything. Before we get too in depth on how I can help you curb your hunger, I would like to say this. There are two different states of being as a human being. Our brain will flip a switch like that if it is feeling threatened. And that is our fight or flight mode and our rest and digest mode. Now, I know it kind of sounds like we're a computer, but I promise you're only slightly a computer. So when your brain clicks on fight or flight because you feel hunger, it's doing that as a defense mechanism to keep you safe. So this may sound silly, but seriously, if you feel hunger, take a second, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that you are safe and you will find food soon. Feeling hungry is a normal thing, and it's not something to be afraid of. With that out of the way, here's how I would suggest you curb your hunger. There's a couple different ways. For one, as I already mentioned, water. Seriously, I can't overemphasize this. Water is so important for everyday life and is often the root cause of why you feel hungry. You're just dehydrated, and that's fine. Just drink some water, I promise you. It does go away. That's good stuff. Next up, seltzer water. I am a huge fan of seltzer water to curb hunger. I found that the carbonation makes me feel full and not like I need food, and at the same time, because it's seltzer water, I'm hydrating myself as well. So I think seltzer water is a great alternative if you maybe want something with a little bit of flavor, a little bit of carbonation, so that you can curb your hunger and rehydrate yourself. Another thing I like to do is strategic caffeine usage. I know a lot of people use caffeine to wake up in the morning, but there are so many better ways to wake up in the morning, and if you guys would like to see a video on that, drop a comment down below. But caffeine really is a tool for everyday life, and we can use it to curb hunger in strategic spots. So for example, if you typically get hungry between breakfast and lunch and you're not a snack person, then maybe around 10 o'clock you have your first cup of coffee to curb that hunger so that you're not eating more food, so you can save it for lunch and be in that calorie deficit we need without tracking your calories, right? To lose the weight you're after. So this pillar is, let's curb our hunger with strategic caffeine usage, water, please, and seltzer water. Next up, we want to crave some motherfucking enjoyment. Seriously, this is something I wish I could go back and tell 23-year-old Tyler to do a little bit differently. I was so rigid with my nutrition in the beginning, and I wish I would have took the time to be like, yo, it's okay to enjoy yourself. So that's what this pillar is all about. Let's enjoy ourselves. If you allow yourself to enjoy this journey, it gets so much easier. By a show of hands, how many people have heard it's about the journey, not about the destination? Enjoy the journey, blah, blah, blah. If I had $1 for every time I heard that, I'd be a millionaire, but I'm not. But it's the goddamn truth. We have to enjoy the journey, because when the destination gets here, it won't matter at that point. We did all the hard work. So enjoying the journey is a part of the game. And if we're gonna do that, a lot of people like to have, a donut, a piece of cake, some pizza. If you deprive yourself, it gets way harder. It's easier to self-sabotage, to feel guilty, shame for sabotaging yourself. So let's eliminate that right here and right now. Before you go any further with this, I want you to say this out loud, and I don't care how crazy you think this may sound, it's important. I give myself permission to enjoy this journey, whatever that looks like for me. So this pillar states that give yourself permission that every 2 to 4 weeks, you're gonna give yourself some kind of enjoyment, whatever that looks like. If that means a whole day of you enjoying the food you eat, going out and grabbing a drink, whatever the case may be, give it to yourself. If that means having a slice of pizza every other Friday night with your family so you don't feel left out, do that. Give yourself permission to have an enjoyable experience. Don't deprive yourself of it. Just keep yourself in check. That's why I'm saying every 2 to 4 weeks is a good range to enjoy the journey. Last but certainly not least, daily butt stuff. God damn it, move your ass, please. When I say daily butt stuff, I'm really just talking about moving your fucking tush, my friends, because we have to move to burn the energy off that we're consuming so that it doesn't get stored as excess weight. Am I right? Yes, I am. So please move your ass daily, 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 daily. I'm gonna say it again. Please move your ass daily. If you want to begin to lose weight without tracking your calories or macros and obsessing over any of this, it doesn't have to be much. Seriously, I believe everyone should do mobility work, resistance training, and some yoga. However, I understand everybody's different, and that's not your cup of tea. So all I'm suggesting is move your ass daily. Go for a 10-minute walk. That's fine. Just do something. The reason we want to do this is we want to increase our NEAT, our non-exercise activity thermogenesis. This is just a fancy way of saying that we want to increase the amount of calories we burn when we're not exercising. And this is important because you can burn, studies have shown that you can burn up to 2,000 more calories a day by doing this. Now, I'm not saying that you will, but you can. And that's important because when we know we can do something, we can do it. So by just increasing your NEAT, getting more daily butt stuff in, moving your ass a little bit more, parking further away from the grocery store so you have to walk further, fidgeting while you're sitting down. I usually don't sit down at all. Stand up more when you're at work. Go for a 2-minute walk. Take a 2-minute walk break when you're at work. Do stuff like that to increase your NEAT, to burn more calories. And guys, that's the video. Those are my pillars for weight loss without tracking calories. Because like I said, guys, when I started this journey, I did not want to be consumed by food. I did not want to control my life, and I found myself there anyway. So I realized I had to do something about it. And in my experience as a fitness coach so far, a lot of people don't want to track calories or macros. They want to find a way to sustain and enjoy the journey without obsessing over it and it taking control of their life. And I get that. I'm the same way. So that's why I came up with these. Down below will be a link to a PDF file for you so you have all these written out in front of you. There's an application process that will take you through how you can begin to apply this so that you don't feel like you have to do it all at once, because I'm not about that. I'm about building sustainable habits over the course of time so this becomes ingrained in you. It doesn't feel like a chore. It doesn't feel challenging. It just becomes enjoyable. You lose the weight you want to effortlessly. So guys, if you took anything in this video, please leave a like and a comment on the video. Let me know if there's any of these pillars that you already implement, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Whoops.